Hello and welcome to the CARAs 2023. My name is Kate Johnston and I'm delighted to be hosting tonight's show on behalf of Lowland Reserve Forces and Cadets Association. Tonight I am joined by a very special co-host, Jordan Wiley. Jordan is not only an extreme adventurer and best-selling author, but he is also one of the stars of Channel 4's Hunted. If that wasn't enough to keep Jordan busy, he's also a National Army Cadet Force ambassador.
Thanks for that introduction, Kate. I'm thrilled to be co-hosting the CARAs with you this evening. One of my greatest passions is the cadet movement and its ability to give young people adventure, fun and friendship. And I'm in awe of the volunteers across the country who make the cadet movement possible. So I couldn't be happier to be supporting the CARAs this evening.
Tonight we are presenting the CARAs at Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst, all the way down in Surrey, England. We are currently standing in front of the Old College, the original academy building from 1812.
Sandhurst is where Army Regulars and Reserves, and more recently ACF CFAVs, trained to become officers. Over the decades, this iconic setting has trained men and women to become world-class leaders.
The Academy's motto is Serve to Lead, which means to be a good leader, you put others above yourself and you do what you can to help your team thrive.
This Serve to Lead mentality is echoed across the cadet forces and seen particularly clearly in the work of the Cadet Force Adult Volunteers.
CFAVs are shining lights when it comes to putting the needs of others first. Day in, day out, they go above and beyond to make sure cadets can thrive.
Whether that's providing training, keeping on top of admin, organising events, or just being there for cadets as mentors.
We know how much these fantastic volunteers mean to the cadets, and that's why we started the CARAs.
The CARAs, aka Cadet Adult Recognition Awards, give cadets an opportunity to nominate their CFAVs for an award, generously sponsored by local organisations.
Reading your nominations is always really moving and inspirational, and it's fabulous to hear about the difference so many CFAVs are making in the lives of cadets.
After the nominations closed on the 31st of August, your nominations were sent to a judging panel, made up of 3 cadets and 2 sponsors.
Let's meet our panel now.
Hi there, my name is Cadet County Sergeant Major Ben Marshall from Glasgow Town ACF. I'm delighted to be a CARAs judge this year because it gives me a chance to show some appreciation and give back to all the Cadet Force Adult Volunteers who give up so much of their free time to make all cadet activities happen. And the CARAs is a great way to show just how much we appreciate everything they do for us. So without any further ado, let's bring on the CARAs 2023.
My name's Rosalind Gold. I'm a member of the team here at the Ayrshire Chamber of Commerce. I'm delighted to be a sponsor for the CARAs as I feel all adult cadets deserve full recognition for helping to support and steer the younger generation. What else can I say other than bring on the CARAs 2023?
My name is Petty Officer Sophie Harrell and I'm a member of the Green XC Cadets. I think it's a good idea to take part in the CARAs to show your staff from your unit how much their work that they put into the unit has helped you along the way and how much you appreciate it.
Good evening, I'm Douglas Aiken, Managing Director of Lochley Construction. I'm delighted and honoured to ask to be a judge as well as a sponsor for this year's awards. Having seen the nomination for this year, it's clear that the biggest winner is certainly the young people who've been held and supported by the wonderful work of the adult volunteers who so tirelessly work to provide opportunities that these cadets will cherish for a lifetime. Well done to all those nominated, and selecting a winner was not an easy task. So that's enough for me. Bring on the CARAs 2023.
Hello, my name is Cadet Warrant Officer Rachel Hamilton Brodie from 2535 Livingston Squadron, Royal Air Force Air Cadets. I'm delighted to be a CARAs judge this year because I hope to be able to give back to my wonderful CFAVs that have made my cadet experience so amazing this year. But for now, bring on #CARAs 2023.
Thank you very much indeed to our panel. It can't have been easy to pick 10 winners.
Each of our 10 CARAs have been generously sponsored by a local business or organisation. That means, as well as the prestigious CARA certificate, our winners also receive a £50 gift voucher. Our sponsors are
Greco, Ayrshire Chamber of Commerce, Curry Solutions, Lochley Construction Group, NG Homes, Skyrora, Vigilant Security, XPO Logistics. Many thanks indeed to this year's fantastic sponsors. Your support is greatly appreciated.
We have 10 fantastic winners to reveal this evening, so I think we'd better get on with the show.
I couldn't agree more, Jordan. Let's introduce our first 5. Glasgow and Lanarkshire runner-up, Sergeant Breege Jamieson.
My name's Sergeant Breege Jamieson. I'm with 5 Platoon Scots Guards in the Lanark Detachment, and I've been a CFAV for 6.5 years now. When I found out that I'd won a CARA award, I was initially shocked and speechless, but completely delighted and overwhelmed at the fact that the cadets nominated me for this award. I love most about being a CFAV has to be the cadets. Like, they have taught me things. It's not just me teaching them things, they've taught me patience, how to be fun. They know when to have a laugh, they know when not to have a laugh, and I think it's the teamwork between us. Just because I'm an instructor and they're a cadet doesn't mean we shouldn't be working together, and I think that's taught me quite a lot. I think I'd just like to say thank you to the cadets and keep voting every year, because the difference, like, it means to us. Like, yous voting for us awards, yous might think, oh, I'm not filling in the nomination form, but it's just something to say thank you. I don't think people realise the work that can go on behind the scenes just for like your normal parade night. People say volunteering's your 2 nights a week, but for a lot of the adults it's not. And I think that's why the awards mean so much.
West Lowland runner-up, Sergeant Sarah Donnan.
My name is Sarah Donnan. I'm a sergeant at the Newton Stewart Detachment, Minden Company, and I've been with the unit for about 6 months. To win a CARA award is fantastic. It's recognition for all the hard work that not just I, but all the adults put in to help deliver opportunities for young people to develop both self-confidence and awareness so that they can carry new skills into future life. This award motivates me to continue to be in a CFAV. We don't do it for the recognition, we do it for the opportunities that we're able to provide for the young people. However, I am very grateful and humbled to have received this award today. I would like to thank the cadets and the adults at the Newton Stewart Detachment for nominating me. It's a team effort, and without their hard work and their support, we wouldn't be able to do this. So I'm very grateful for all the young people and the adults that I work with. The best thing about being a CFAV is working with the young people, being able to provide opportunities, deliver new skills that they are able to carry and move forward in their life. You see them grow and develop and build self-confidence, and that's absolutely fantastic.
Lothian and Borders runner-up, Sergeant Instructor Mary McClurg.
So I'm a Sergeant Instructor Mary McClurg with Lothian and Borders Pipes and Drums, and I'm the detachment commander for them. And I've done 12 to 13 years with a slight break in between of service for the Army Cadet Force. So I'm really happy and delighted to be the runner-up for this year's CARA award for Lothian and Borders. It means quite a lot to me because I've only been back after a short period of time, and it just goes to show that it comes from the cadets, that it's all about them. So it just goes to show that all that hard work's sort of paying off, and all the time you take away from your own family and things like that, it pays off for them. I was actually really surprised. I thought you were phoning me to tell me I was in trouble or something like that. I was really quite surprised to be receiving this. As I say, I've just came back after 2 years leave of absence, so it was quite surprising and quite happy and really rewarding that I am receiving this. This award motivates me because it just goes to show, and like everything you do and moving forward, it just makes you want to continuously progress yourself so that you can help progress the cadets onwards and helping them reach their goals and qualifications and things like that.
Sea Cadets West, Petty Officer Callum Lever.
Hi, I'm Callum Lever. I'm a Petty Officer in East Kilbride Unit, and I've been part of the Sea Cadet Corps as an adult volunteer for 8 years. I have received the CARAs Awards from being nominated by some of the wines. When I found out that I won the awards, I was shocked at first because I didn't expect to win an award, as well as that I was happy to see that the kids actually feel like I make a difference to them every day, and I'd like to thank all the kids I've worked with throughout my cadet career so far. I think my cadets nominated me because they look up to me in quite a lot of the water sports activities I do, I've pushed many of them through their instructor qualifications throughout the years, and I always know how to have a bit of fun with them at the end of the day. Being a volunteer is very unique to me because I've had quite a tough time at school, not being able to read or write up until about first year. So being able to give back to the kids every single day, even through teaching sailing or windsurfing, it means a lot to me.
Air Cadets West, Flying Officer David Mackay.
My name is David Mackay. I am the adjutant at 1138th Ardrossan Squadron, and I've been a CFAV for 8 years. So today it seems that I have won the Air Cadet West CARA Award, which is the Cadet Adult Recognition Award, nominated by our young people. A lot of other awards were put forward by other Cadet Force Adult Volunteers or by permanent members of staff within the Air Cadets. But for this one specifically, unlike nearly every other award you can be nominated for, it is nominated by a cadet. So it's a young person that you have helped, done something good for and made a difference to, and that's really what matters. There's a few people I'd like to thank. So Flight Lieutenant Stuart Leslie at 1370 and Prestwick Squadron, who really made a big difference to me when I was a cadet. Someone who was out of education and was not going anywhere with life, turned my life around, and now I've got a master's degree from Glasgow University. And also the OC at 1138 Ardrossan, Flight Lieutenant Taylor, who's made a big difference in the few years I've been here, as well as all the staff team that have been helping out, giving the cadets the best experience possible. What motivates me is the ability to change young people's lives for the better. As CFAVs have done in the past for me, I want to be able to do that for other young people.
Wow, the dedication of the CFAVs never fails to amaze me. Well done to our first 5 winners.
Yes, truly exceptional, and well done to you all. Earlier today, Jordan and I sat down for a brief chat about his work with the cadets and why he thinks CFAVs are so incredible. Let's take a look now. Great, Jordan, it's so lovely to be here with you today. Perhaps we can just start by you explaining what actually is it you do with the cadets.
Yeah, absolutely. No, a real pleasure to chat to you today. I'm very privileged, honoured to be a national ambassador. What does it mean to be a national ambassador, I guess is the question then. For me, it's about championing the great work of the Army Cadets as a whole organisation. It's about trying to help provide unique, inspiring opportunities for young people. It's about trying to be a good role model, trying to set a good example, and I guess championing the values that the cadet stands for as well. Things like courage, respect for others, integrity, loyalty, discipline, and perhaps above all, selfless commitment, putting the needs of other people, and in this case, young people, before our own. The cadets are the next generation, and we should do everything we can to help them in any way we can, I believe.
What impresses you most about the cadet movement?
It's an incredible family, certainly as a former soldier. When I left the military quite a long time ago now, 12 years ago, I really struggled to adapt to find out what my role was in society, what my purpose was again. And it's through cadets and working with children's charitable organisations that I've really been able to find my place in the world. So as much as I'm helping young people, I'd say they're helping me at the same time, because we're like one big family. We all try and support each other. We're one big team, and I think the adult volunteers as well, I need to mention, because without them, this whole cycle doesn't work. So, today we live in a world of, dare I say, a lot of very uninspiring, famous people out there. But then you meet people like Cadet Force Adult Volunteers who have all got their own jobs, they're all doing their own things in life, but they come together a couple of nights a week, every other weekend, a few weeks in the summer, and they give their all to try and, as I say, provide these amazing opportunities for young people. And it's so selfless and so inspiring, and we need more of whatever that is in the world. I really believe that.
Jordan, if you were speaking to someone who was thinking about becoming a Cadet Force Adult Volunteer, what would you say to them to maybe push them into it, or to persuade them that that was a good idea? What would you say?
Well, to be honest, it doesn't matter if you're a cadet or you are an adult volunteer. The four sort of founding principles of the cadet forces are fun, friendship, action and adventure. So it doesn't matter if you're a young person or you're an older person, that's what we're all trying to achieve. So you get the most incredible opportunities, not only as a cadet, but even as an adult. You know, you can go and do all your training qualifications, you can go and be a mountain leader, a kayak instructor, you can join the band, you can teach people how to play instruments. Whatever it is that's your passion, that opportunity is there in the cadets. So not only can you do it, but you can inspire others to do it and coach them and encourage and mentor. So it's endless opportunities for both cadets and for adult volunteers. It really is.
Yeah, brilliant. And just thinking about the cadets themselves, so obviously whilst they're doing cadets, they have a great time, they have fun, they make friends, they do amazing opportunities. But would you say they get more out of it than just that, you know, there and then, you know, long term into their future? What do these young people get from their cadet experience that they can use as they move on?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think, you know, to quantify that, it's skills for life. You know, they're learning things on a daily basis that you do not and will not learn in a school or a classroom environment. You know, you're learning how to build resilience, how to negotiate risk, how to save someone's life using first aid skills. You know, it's just endless, and as I say, you know, not all classrooms in the world have four walls, and we provide something quite special and unique that you literally won't find anywhere else, you know, as a cadet organisation.
And final question, you're going to be co-hosting the CARAs with me, which is just smashing. What is it about the CARAs, the Cadet Adult Recognition Awards, that you think is a helpful thing, a helpful award scheme for those adult volunteers, that it's, you know, the cadets nominating the adults?
I think it's really important. I think, you know, lots of people throughout all cadet forces, adult volunteers, they do it because they're good humans, because they're selfless, and they never look for any recognition and they never want any recognition, which is why it's really important that they get recognition. And I think for the cadets to be able to give their nomination or their vote and just say thank you for their time, I think that's really special and really important, and it fits right in with the cadet values and what we all stand for as cadet organisations too. Welcome back to the CARAs. We have 5 amazing winners still left to meet.
Yes, indeed. Let's meet our fantastic final 5. Glasgow and Lanarkshire winner, Sergeant Kimberly Dougal.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Kimberly Dougal at Free Platoon, and I've been an instructor for 5 years. When I found out I won the CARA, I felt very humble and grateful to be receiving it, because it comes from the cadets and it's a nice thing. I'd like to thank all the cadets and all the other adults that are part of this amazing organisation. Without all the other adult volunteers, the cadets wouldn't be able to come to the detachment and learn the skills and things that they already do, and they wouldn't be able to come and enjoy themselves. I feel like my cadets chose me because we get on along very well. I'm quite young as well, and they know I was a cadet beforehand, so it helps that they get to ask questions on what's going to happen next or how they could improve on certain things. So it's nice to be appreciated. I became a CFAV because I joined cadets when I was 12 and I left when I was 18. And as a cadet, you don't really see what goes on behind the scenes to make things happen, like sports events and company camps. So I wanted to be a part of that, and I wanted to make a difference in someone's life.
Air Cadets East, Warrant Officer Jennifer Tennant.
I am Warrant Officer Jennifer Tennant from Livingston 2535 Squadron, and I have been in the Air Cadet Association since probably about 13 years now. When I found out I'd won a CARA, I was a little bit shocked, emotional, very humbled, happy. I just thought it was a fantastic thing to have, and I was really appreciative. Thank you to the cadets for nominating me. It's been fantastic. Thank you to the staff in my unit, the staff in the squadron, the staff in the whole of South East Scotland wing, and the whole of the Corps. We do so much for the kids, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. I would say as a CFAB, getting this award has motivated me to probably put in more even though I put in a lot already. But it's motivated me to keep doing what I'm doing, keep saying to the cadets, you know, try it, even if you don't think you can do it. Because I wouldn't ask them to do something I'm not willing to do myself. I'll put on the cam cream, I'll crawl through the mud. I even crawled up a 30-foot pole and jumped off because one of my cadets were terrified, and so was I. But I did it because it's something new, it's something different, and it's showing them that life isn't as scary as they think it is.
Lothian and Borders winner, Staff Sergeant Instructor Sam Griffin.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Instructor Sam Griffin. I've been part of the Army Cadet Force for 6 years now, and I am attached to 27th Platoon Bathgate as the Detachment Commander. For me, winning the CARA makes me very proud as a CFAV to see how the cadets appreciate what the adults do for them behind the scenes, and both at detachment, companies and annual camp. We're working so hard behind the scenes to make sure they have the best cadet experience, and it's wonderful to see them appreciate adults. Winning this award means a great deal to me compared to some others you could receive from your battalion's staff, purely because these are the cadets that have nominated us. These are the people that we are working for every time we come to cadets. So it means a great deal to know it's the cadets who have put forward this nomination. Of course, this award's not only just for everything that I've done, it shows exactly how much that we as an organisation provide for these cadets. So I'd like to thank as well my company HQ, who have been a great deal of support for me both throughout my career in ACF and since I became a detachment commander as well.
Sea Cadets East, Petty Officer Craig Stebbing.
I'm PO Craig Stebbing from Dunbar Unit. I have been there for 2 years, started in June 2021. It was really humbling to receive this CARA this year, and it was such an honour to be nominated by the cadets, who I know that I've worked so hard with, but it's all down to them, and actually it's a wonderful thing to be recognised by them for my achievements. It was so humbling. I was really quite emotional about it, and it takes a lot to make me speechless, but it took the wind out of my sails for once. Firstly, I'd love to thank all the cadets that nominated me. It was really kind of them to do that, and it's nice that they think I've been worthy of nomination. However, there are so many other people that I have worked with across the area, across the district, across nationally as well. So many officers, so many CIs, all the way up to the captain as well, who I met down in this year down at Leamington at the RS21 Nationals. It's just been, there's so many. I really do think that the Cadet Adult Recognition Awards are valuable. This has really lifted my spirits and made me very, very, very humbled.
West Lowland winner, Sergeant Rihanna Skipsey.
Hi, I'm Rihanna Skipsey. I'm Detachment Commander at Bolton Detachment, and I've been a CFAV for 2.5 years. I'm delighted to be this year's winner of the CARAs 2023. When I got the phone call, I was very confused at first. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke or something, but I was lost for words. I didn't know what to say. It meant so much to me to have this awards that I actually didn't know what to say. I would like to thank all the cadets that have nominated me for this award, and all the adult instructors that have helped me get to this point. I was a cadet myself, so to see myself get this award, it's a massive deal, because I do this to make a change and help the cadets themselves. If 12-year-old me was stood here right now watching me get this award, I think she'd be very surprised. She walked in the doors as a cadet and had no idea what was coming and was terrified. I never expected to get as far as I did as a cadet, let alone as an adult instructor. So to have this award, I think 12-year-old me would be just as surprised and happy as I am.
And those were our final 5 winners. I am so impressed by the way in which CFAVs are serving cadets and helping them to grow throughout the Lowlands of Scotland.
We hope you'll join us in congratulating this year's winners from wherever you're watching.
Whilst 10 have been awarded this evening, there are so many other CFAVs out there who are doing an amazing job. Well done to all of you too, and keep up the good work.
If you've been watching this evening and think you've got what it takes to become a CFAV, our winners have got a special message for you.
Becoming a CFAV will give you a whole new outlook on life.
We get to do things that you wouldn't normally get to do. Like, for example, we can go canoeing and kayaking and become instructors on that.
Being a Cadet Force Adult Volunteer has impacted my life in all aspects. The skills and knowledge I've gained from the Cadet Force I've used in my job, and it's helped me progress up to quite a high level of my job.
Being a CFAV has had a positive impact on my life as well, by simply being active in my local community and staying socially engaged with people.
I would definitely encourage others to become a CFAV. It's definitely a very rewarding form of volunteering. It helps you grow, it helps you change other people's lives.
So I think the best thing about being a CFAV is the ability to see young people grow, develop and become better young people, better citizens.
I've gained a new family. I've made new friends and developed new skills, which has been amazing.
The skills I've learned as a CFAV are things like organisation, teamwork, communication.
There is countless things that as a CFAV you can do and learn and experience. It's incredible.
As long as you're approachable and you can engage with the cadets, at the end of the day you can volunteer.
Just be there and you'll find your place. You know, there's always something for everyone in a unit to do, so we'll help you to do that.
Definitely do it. Go and speak to a squadron, a local squadron near you, or go and ask if you can spend a night, see what they actually do, and just do it.
And on that note, it's time to say goodbye for another year.
Thank you to all of the cadets who made a nomination this year, to our sponsors for their generous contributions, to Jordan for being such an excellent co-host, but mostly thanks to our wonderful winners who are clearly such an inspiration to the next generation.
Yes, thanks for tuning in, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
But for now, bring
on the CARAs 2024. Bye!